first thing the applicant needs to do is to file an application either on the internet or at their local office. I prefer you do it at the local office because then they give you all the paperwork and all the evidence that has been filed then at that point, instead of it being sent to a big server and then distributed months later. A local officer will review your medical records and your statements and determine if you're disabled. If you're disabled, you go no further and you get your benefits. If they say you are not disabled, then you have two options. You either reapply or you ask for a reconsideration. If you do the reconsideration, your file is packed up and it is sent to Nashville, where an independent examiner will look at the file and determine if the decision made by the local office was proper. If it was determined to be proper, then your disability is once again denied. At that point, you apply for a hearing before an administrative law judge, and that is where you will ordinarily get your results. It's highly unusual to ever get disability granted on a reconsideration. When you go before the administrative law judge, it's absolutely essential that all medical proof be presented. Our office does a fairly good job at obtaining all medical records and then summarizing them for the judge and for the judge's law clerk, so that everything that can possibly support a finding of disability will be presented at that hearing. If the judge determines the claimant to be disabled, at that point they'll get a favorable decision and it will be sent out to them, and the local office will determine the amount of benefits they get. If the judge determines they're not disabled, then you have to appeal it to Falls Creek, Virginia. In Falls Creek, Virginia, they will review it and they can do they can do three things. Number one, they can affirm the decision and send it, or they can send it back to the judge and say you didn't consider these factors and you need to look at these when you do it, or they can just say this was an error and this person is disabled. If the appeals council does not find you disabled, at that point you have exhausted your administrative remedies and you can file a lawsuit in federal court.